afternoon, everyone. I'm Steve Zheng, Managing Director of Futu, the parent company of Moomoo. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Donald Trump Jr. Hi, John.
Good to be here. How you doing, Steve?
Very good. How about you?
So far, so good. Really exciting day. Great to be here in Singapore. Obviously, a lot going on in crypto in the Asian market, so I'm just excited to be here.
You just mentioned World Liberty Financial and USD1. That's exactly what a lot of our clients are actually talking about on our platform. So could you please help us connect the dots?
Yeah, obviously USD1 being the stable coin of World Liberty Financial, World Liberty Financial being the governance token of what will be USD1. So, just very excited to, enter the crypto space with this product, really looking to upend a lot of the traditional finance markets that we have viewed as very broken. We've gone through a lot in America. We've been debanked, we've been deplatformed, we've had everything thrown at us but the kitchen sink. Wow. And so we wanted to do something to take on a system, frankly, that was quite broken.
Yeah. Okay. So you just hit the hottest topic, the stable coin, right?
Yes.
So for USD1s, what's your vision of the USD1? Do you think actually it's going to be a US dollar stable coin, or maybe it can be used as a cross-border tool for investment, wealth management, so on and so forth?
I think across the board. I mean, 100% backed by US Treasuries. I think that's really important. I think that creates and gives a lot of the stability that you need in the crypto space. Fully Genius Act compliant, so you eliminate some of the nonsense that a lot of people have dealt with stablecoins and crypto generally. And we want to create a platform that transacts across all sorts of borders, can create a lot of efficiencies that don't exist in TradFi, speed up the process, really accelerate modern finance.
Yeah, sounds terrific. And you also mentioned the Genius Act, right?
Yes.
So after the U.S. Released the Genius Act, I think a lot of countries and markets follow suit by issuing the similar, legislation. For example, in Hong Kong, the Stablecoin Act actually became effective in August 1st this year.
That's right.
So what's your view about the globalization and sort of synchronization in terms of stablecoin move?
Well, listen, I think it's incredibly important. America needed those guardrails. People needed a framework to understand what they could and could not do.
Right.
It seems like for the last 4 years prior to my father's administration, America was doing everything they possibly could to make people go elsewhere to do crypto. The most sophisticated people in the world, people trying to do the right thing, didn't know if they were complying with the law or not. You know all the names, probably better than I do.
Yep.
But people were trying to do the right thing. They didn't know if they'd go to jail for it. A lot of people, maliciously persecuted, a lot of lawfare, going after people, again, trying to do the right thing. And so, I think the Genius Act created a lot of that framework that really needed. We see a strong America, an America that leads is good for the rest of the world. That's why it's not American Liberty Financial, it's World Liberty Financial. It's for the world. Obviously we're an American company. We want to be leading from America. I think the world wants that. They want that stability. But they needed the regulatory framework. So my father, ran his last campaign, being the first pro-crypto presidential candidate in history. He understood it, and he understood it because of what they tried to do to us. Again, we were debanked, we were deplatformed. We'd wake up one day, 300 bank accounts just gone. We don't want to do business. That doesn't work. That doesn't work in a functional democracy. That doesn't work in finance. People have to have the security to know, that they're going to be there. So what we wanted to do was create something that would upend a lot of those traditional systems that were broken. I always say, in the TradFi world, for years we could call any banker in the world, and in 5 minutes we get a loan for a real estate project that we get, whatever we were doing, it didn't matter.
Getting rid of T+1, T+2 settlements, so on and so forth. Right?
Yeah, well, you realize you were just at the top of the pyramid scheme, and it was all a dysfunctional system, and if you were at the bottom, you could have a great business, you could have a great plan, but you wouldn't be able to get banked. You wouldn't be able to get lending. You wouldn't be able to do those things. And it's not supposed to be, just for those who are, politically connected, and just for people who have that Rolodex. It's really supposed to be for everyone, and so I think, the general thesis of what we're trying to do is really democratize finance.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got stable coins, right?
Yes.
So I think that's a very fundamental sort of, infrastructure and tools for, making the financial system great again.
Yes.
So what else? Build on top of the infrastructure, right? We're talking about tokenization, so on and so forth.
Tokenization is going to be, a major thing. Remittances all over the world. The natural hedge against inflation that you see in so many of these countries. Again, World Liberty Financial. There's so many people around the world that haven't had access to, traditional finance that I think this is, an incredible outlet for them to be able to do all the things they should be doing to start a business, to be able to function as an economy. And so we're looking there to fill, a void that really probably shouldn't have been left that open for that long,
right?
But has been. So we're excited about it.
One of the criticism about crypto in general is actually usability.
Yeah.
Because you still have sometimes you have to remember the dynamics. So what's your view about evolution of the the application, and also from a user experience standpoint, how we can sort of make it more seamlessly interconnected with each other, just swipe the card with the PayPal or something like that.
Well, we're working on that right now with World Liberty. We're going to launch a debit card relatively soon. And I think the thing that's been missing with crypto, and as we got into the space, as we got more familiar, I'm calling Chase and Zach and be like, hey, am I doing this right, or am I sending something to the Nigerian prince and some Ponzi scheme that's out there? It was very complicated for a lot of people to get into and didn't know what they were doing. So I think a big part of what we're trying to do is really create real utility,
right? Not
complicated utility, but where crypto becomes as simple to transact as fiat,
right?
So we're going to launch all sorts of products with that, and we're also not just trying to do those things ourselves. We're partnering with the greatest minds in the space. We're trying to make everyone be successful, not just us. And so, getting that brain trust, aggregating those companies that are doing unique things, people who are coming up with unique products. If we can be the stablecoin that's backing that, and we can help all of us grow, that's what's really going to upend the system. We have a following with World Liberty that really probably is only rivaled by maybe meme coins, where people really feel vested in it. But it's not just, okay, here's a place we can use to do some banking.
Right.
They truly feel vested in the product. It's a cult-like following, and it's because I think we've been very consistent. If we say we're going to do something, we do it. We actually follow through. We don't just make promises and then not deliver. That's something that's probably been lacking in crypto for a little bit too long. So, we're happy to be, leaders in all of that, but really working again with the other guys that are doing great things. The amount of partnerships that we have that are lined up to be able to do, this next type of product, it's wild. I mean, people see what we're doing. They want to be a part of it. In doing that, it's going to expand their platform, but it's also going to expand the entire crypto market. So it's great.
Wow, sounds very promising. You just talked about the use case of the stablecoin in payments, right?
Yes.
So based on our view, actually, especially with the stablecoin, that actually will enable a lot of or increase a lot of efficiency in terms of trading, settlement, so on and so forth, right? So even for example, US stocks right now, they shorten the settlement day from a T+2 and T+1, but what we want is actually a T+0.
Plus 0.0001 seconds. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's really what we're trying to do. When you think about commodities around the world, and take oil, whatever it may be, I mean, billions and billions of dollars transacting every week. And you try to close a deal on a Friday afternoon and it clears on Wednesday. I mean, think of the float.
Yeah.
The inefficiency there. When you think of all the things that we can do, just utilizing blockchain technology, title insurance, all these things that you're paying fees in and out of deals. I mean, people are getting feed to death.
Yeah.
Deals that literally don't work because of fees could actually be really successful deals because of the efficiencies that are created with all of the crypto technology and blockchain technology that's in existence. I think what we want to do is aggregate all of those things, eliminate those fees, create efficiencies, transact instantly for practically free. I don't want to say free because nothing's quite free, but when you're closing billions of dollars of transactions for pennies on the dollar, it's truly remarkable. And I think that's definitely the way of the future. I see the desire that's out there for all these guys that are just sitting there. What are we doing with this float? It's just going into the ether. It's billions of dollars lost for no reason other than inefficiency because the TradFi system is broken. It takes too long, not particularly efficient, too many middlemen. We're looking to eliminate all of that.
Out of that stablecoin, DAT, that's a very, very, very hot topic as well, right? So out of 5 Sigma, can you talk a little bit about that?
Obviously, partnering with a public company, you have that security. It's a great way to get exposure to World Liberty right now, without necessarily having to go the coin route for people who are breaking into that. But you have an existing structure, you have an existing platform that's already doing incredible things. It's out there in the public markets, on the stock exchanges. I think that gives people an easy way, especially those who are new to crypto. And I think, that's the vast majority of people in the world still at this point. We're at such the beginning, but we're excited about the opportunities that's going to unfold as well.
DAT provides a stepping stone for a lot of our clients who actually primarily use, like trade stocks. They can sort of keep the toe in the water and by trading the DAT to begin with, before they actually sort of started to collect like a crypto token.
Correct.
Right? So,
Yeah, it's the natural way. I always say the way to get into crypto is just start.
yeah.
You just have to start. Once you get your foot in the door, you buy your first little piece of Bitcoin or a little bit of ETH or whatever, all of a sudden you're paying attention because you're invested. You get that. I see it with the next generation. What I'm very excited about with crypto in general is it's fast paced, it's exciting. So many kids who have almost no financial literacy, certainly in America these days, they're playing in crypto and they're understanding how the world works. I mean, it's going to change, the way they look at things and getting involved at such a young age. I think that next generation is really going to be able to, understand this, adapt it quickly, and I think that's going to be where that next level of growth is really coming from.
And also our platform, like I said, it actually covers all sorts of assets, right? Like stocks, ETFs, bonds, funds, and of course cryptos.
Yeah.
And tokenized assets as well. So from a holistic as well as portfolio management standpoint, I notice actually more and more traditional investors actually adopt for sort of strategy for the crypto as well, to add a little bit actually crypto to their own portfolio. So from a investment portfolio standpoint, do you have any suggestion, maybe your personal view about allocating assets between among different assets?
Listen, I always want to be careful giving financial advice, but I think we're all in on crypto. I mean, it's a huge part of our our portfolio now. I think it should be a part of everyone's portfolio. I mean, their level of comfort and exposure is going to vary person to person. But I think as it gets more established, so much of the volatility is really going to be eliminated. It wasn't but a couple months ago where some of the biggest bankers in the world, Jamie Dimon, it's a scam, all these things are nonsense. Then 2 weeks ago they're buying billions and billions and billions. I think the world is finally starting to understand that crypto is here to stay. It's not a fly-by-night thing. It's not a scam. They're starting to get it, and so with that institutional adoption, you're going to get rid of some of that volatility. That frequency is going to normalize a little bit. For certain things, whether it's Bitcoin or otherwise, those billions and billions of dollars of purchases are also going to, decrease the supply.
Right.
It's going to increase the demand. I think that's naturally what it's going to do. Obviously we all understand what that does to pricing. So, I think this should be a part of everyone's portfolio. As you get more comfortable, I think it's going to become a much larger piece of everyone's portfolio.
Yeah. Good. So John, I must say it has been fantastic. Very nice talking to you. You share a lot of, on everything like, stablecoin, DAT, tokenization, blockchain.
Well, we look forward to doing more with you guys as well. Let's get it going, and a lot more in the Asian markets as well.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
Be well.
Thank you.